news presented by Eris Stewart. Good morning, Eris.
Good morning, Sophie.
The headlines.
Interpol listed drug trafficker known as El Capo reportedly in Mauritius to settle scores, raising new concerns over the international reach of Mauritian drug networks. Former FCC Commissioner Junaid Fakim arrested for influence peddling while his lawyer claims he was set up. A joint ADSU and MRA operation results in seizure of heroin worth 90 million rupees. La Marie-Beausange new road opening promises faster travel between the Central Plateau and the West. New ecological master plan for Île-aux-Bénitiers aims to make the islet a model of sustainable tourism. In world news, King Charles III begins formal process of stripping Prince Andrew of his royal titles and residence. And in sports news, a first for Mauritius in judo as 6 Mauritian athletes prepare to compete at the World Veterans Championships in France. Who is he? What does he want? And why is he in Mauritius? And above all, how did he enter the country? Questions that for now remain without clear answers. One thing is certain, the man known as El Capo, whose real name is Brandon Rodriguez Sena, is no saint. The drug trafficker, covered in tattoos from head to toe and known for flaunting himself on social media, has already served time in French Guiana, his home country, and later in France. Listed by Interpol, he reportedly came to Mauritius to settle scores, a presence that confirms the expanding international reach of Mauritian drug networks. Take a listen to more on this from correspondent from France, Guyane, Gaëtan Tringham, voiced over by Pranav Biari.
Brandon Rodriguez Sena est un trafiquant bien.
Brandon Rodriguez Sena is a well-known drug trafficker in French Guiana. He was sentenced to 8 years in prison there following a murder conviction in 2012, which is reportedly how he earned his nickname El Capo. During his imprisonment at the RM1 Lille penitentiary, he made headlines in France Guyane in 2016 after a drug and mobile phone trafficking ring was dismantled inside the prison itself. At that time, reports indicated that he used violence against inmates who owed him money. The criminal was arrested again in January 2022 during a large-scale police operation in mainland France. Brandon Rodriguez Sena was then suspected of being a key player in a trafficking network operating between Suriname, French Guiana and Orly Airport. It now remains to be seen how this notorious offender managed to enter Mauritius and why he chose to settle his cause here once again.
C'est pourquoi il a décidé d'y régler à nouveau ses comptes.
Former FCC Commissioner Junaid Fakim was arrested yesterday for influence peddling. His lawyer Umila Boulal says he was set up and was completely unaware he would be meeting Malagasy businessman Mami Ravatumanga. According to her, Fakim thought he was going to his brother's house to help an acquaintance with a legal issue, but when he realized the discussion touched on his role at the Financial Crimes Commission, he immediately contacted his director and left the meeting. Fakim has been provisionally charged and the Rose Hill court has refused bail, citing risks of interference. He was later taken to Victoria Hospital for medical checks following his appearance in court. A joint operation between the ADSU and the Mauritius Revenue Authority's anti-drug unit has led to the seizure of 90 million rupees worth of heroin. The 6 kilograms of drugs were hidden in the luggage of a 45-year-old Tanzanian woman who arrived in Mauritius on an Air Mauritius flight from Madagascar. She was immediately arrested upon arrival. A change has taken place in the leadership at the Equal Opportunities Commission. Lawyer Caroline Devaux de Marigny officially took office yesterday after being sworn in. She succeeds Ahmad Jiwa. Her experience extends beyond legal practice as she also served as in-house counsel for a major conglomerate. Her social commitment is reflected in her involvement with several NGOs and her role as treasurer of the Mauritius Bar Association. Officially inaugurated on Wednesday afternoon, the new road linking La Marie to Beausange opened to traffic yesterday and is drawing many curious drivers eager to test the 9.5-kilometer stretch. Beyond easing travel between the Central Plateau and the West, the road also promises major time savings for commuters and tourism operators alike. The Road Development Authority says efforts are already underway to ensure the third and final phase is completed swiftly. We listen to more on this with Maya Lachman.
On the Beausange roundabout, there is always traffic, and we are stuck for 30 minutes to 1 hour to go to Tamarin. I was looking forward for this road. It is a practical road, avoiding traffic jam. From Cupid to here, around 15 to 20 minutes. Many tour operators see it as a significant time saver for reaching the western part of the island. It is the first time I am using it from Le Mans, Rivière Noire. I wanted to use this road to know it so that when I take customers from the airport to the hotel, I know the route. From the airport, it is easier for us to reach Flic-en-Flac, avoiding Phoenix and the traffic. The road goes through an area where 3,000 millimeters of rain fall annually, and we need to design it in such a way to evacuate water in a natural way. The road lighting operates on solar energy, and a cycling track has also been added. Everything is being done to ensure the third phase is completed swiftly. We expect around 10,000 vehicles besides using the old road. Road users will have the option to use this one, easing traffic. Before the end of the year, the part of the road from Besonge to Cascavel should be completed. The La Marie-Besonge section cost 1.5 billion rupees.
And in other news, the new chapter is being written for Île Bénitier. The government has launched an ecological master plan to turn this natural gem into a model of sustainable and responsible tourism. Presenting it yesterday, Deputy Prime Minister Paul Béranger highlighted the government's philosophy of balancing development and environmental protection. He also announced the forthcoming creation of a new entity that will oversee the integrated and efficient management of all the islets of the Republic. We listen to more on this with Maya Lachman.
Located 1.5 kilometers off the coast of La Golette, on the western side of the island, Île Bénitier is about to undergo a major ecological transformation. Its master plan is built around three key pillars: environmental protection, sustainable development, and the well-being of community livelihoods. The government plans to create recreational, swimming and service areas, as well as an amphitheatre, all designed according to green standards to protect the site's fragile ecosystem. The number of visitors will be limited to 600 per day, and 70 licensed tour operators will be authorized to operate there. Deputy Prime Minister Paul Béranger announced that public consultations will soon be held to ensure the project's success.
And it's 9:07. You're listening to RM1, where we move to international news. Britain's King Charles III has begun the formal process of stripping his younger brother, Prince Andrew, of his style, titles and honours, as well as evicting him from his royal residence, Buckingham Palace said in a statement yesterday. The prince has been under mounting pressure over his ties to late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. New allegations were made against him by one of Epstein's victims, Virginia Roberts-Giuff, in a posthumous memoir. Pressure had been growing on the palace to oust the prince from Royal Lodge after he surrendered his use of the title Duke of York, following the new allegations earlier this month. And finally, in sports, we move to judo, where for the very first time that Mauritius will be represented at an edition of the World Veterans Championships. This year, the event will take place in France, bringing together over 2,500 veteran judokas from more than 50 countries. A total of 116 categories for both men and women are on the program starting Monday, November 3rd. For the Mauritian team, it's the final preparation phase before departure for the World Championships. That's all from me this morning. Thanks so much for listening. Stay tuned now to the Intimate playlist until 10 a.m.